Alright, so I'm going to show you how I would like you to do conversions in my class. It's called dimensional analysis. So if we're converting from, let's say that I have 50 miles and I want to know how many feet are in that, that's conversion. So I'm going to show you dimensional analysis, which is a simple way to do it, and I need you to do this. I need you to practice this method because once we get to more complicated problems, you're going to need to use this method. You need to have a clear-cut device to solve those problems. Dimensional analysis is also called the factor label method, and basically it's all about canceling your units. So if we have a volume, centimeters cubed, times grams over centimeters cubed, so a volume times a density, what we actually have is the centimeters cubes being canceled, and we're left with grams. This is very similar to if I were to have 2 times 1/2. The 2's actually end up canceling, and then I'm left with 1. So instead of using numbers, I'm using units. So the steps are basically identify your starting and ending units. So if I'm trying to convert from meters to yards, my starting unit is my meters, my ending is my yards. And then I'm going to line up conversion factors, so units cancel. Conversion factors are basically a fraction, and basically you're trying to get units to cancel. That's the most important part. And then you're going to take the numbers that are on the top and multiply, and then divide by the numbers on the bottom. So really when you're lining up your conversion factors, you're really trying to decide if you're going to multiply or divide. Then at the end, you're going to check your units, make sure you have the unit you want, your units cancel, and your answer makes sense. So what is a conversion factor? So it's a fraction based on the definition and is equal to 1. So if I have 1 centimeter, we know that's equal to 0.01 meters. I can set it up 2 different ways as a conversion factor. I can set it up as 1 centimeter over 0.101 meters, or I can set it up as 0.01 meters over 1 centimeter. Okay, I can set it up both ways because they're equal to each other. 1 centimeter is equal to 0.01 meters, and 0.01 meters is equal to 1 centimeter. I would never have 1 meter is equal to 0.01 centimeters because that's not correct. They're not equal to each other. So it's the same thing as like if I have 4 quarters, and that's equal to $1. I can set it up 2 different ways as 4 quarters over $1, or I can set it up as $1 is equal to 4 quarters. As long as I do not have $4 is equal to 1 quarter, because that's not correct. Alright, so let's do an example. So I want to convert 77 kilograms to grams. And I know some of you know the trick where you can move the decimal place. Don't do that, because you're not going to be able to do that with everything. And once we get to more complicated problems, you're going to have to use this method. So 77 grams, 2 kilograms. So my starting unit is kilograms, and my ending is grams. I know that King Henry died drinking chocolate milk. So 1 gram is equal to 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. Make sure that you memorize these amounts, or make sure you know how to get these numbers. Okay, so I'm going to set this up. I'm starting at 77 kilograms, and now I'm going to make my conversion factor. Remember, the whole goal is so that our units cancel. So that means that kilograms has to be at the bottom in order to do that. Then grams needs to be at the top. So now looking at my information here, 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. Okay, it cannot be 1,000 kilograms is equal to 1 gram because that does not equal, they don't equal each other. All right, so now I need to do the math. So you should have your calculator out. You're going to multiply the numbers on top, divide the numbers on the bottom. So 77 times 1,000 divided by 1, which you don't need to do. It's 77,000. Let me just check my sig figs here. I've got 2 sig figs in my measurement, 2 sig figs in my answer. I don't need to round. Okay, let's do another one. 5 times 10 to the 5th grams to pounds. And a lot of people will freak out because it's in scientific notation. Oh, but you'll see that a lot in this class. So you need to make sure that you are comfortable with doing this. So in your calculator, plug it in as is. Don't change it. Don't make it expanded form. So what you need to do is you need to get out your conversion sheet, see if there is a conversion factor between grams and pounds. And I look under mass and I see that there is. 1 pound is equal to 453.6 grams. Okay, so I'm going to use that. And I'm starting with grams, so I have 1.5 times 10 to the 5th grams. I'm going to convert to pounds, so pounds will go on the top. Grams has to go on the bottom so I can cancel it out. And there are 453.6 grams and 1 pound. My grams cancel. I'm left with pounds, which is what I want. So I'm going to plug it in the calculator. So take out your calculator. You should have already done that, but make sure you understand how to do this. Put in 1.5 EE 5 divided by 453.6. And you should get in your calculator 330.688 pounds. That's what you're left with. So if the number's on the top, you multiply. So we multiply by 1, but you don't need to do. Divided by 453.6, and that's what you get in your calculator. I'm going to check to make sure I have the correct sig figs. My conversion has 2, or my measurement has 2, so my answer should have 2. This is my first sig fig. Second should be 330 pounds. That's my rounded. Let's do another one. I convert 32.4 centimeters to yards. So I am going from centimeters to yards. So get out your conversion sheet and see if you see a conversion between centimeters and yards. And this is the point where people panic because they don't see one between centimeters and yards. But I look on there and I see that there is a conversion factor between centimeters and feet. So I'm going to have to go to feet first. I don't know the conversion factor between centimeters and yards. There is no direct conversion. I have to go through steps. So now I'm at feet. Is there a conversion factor between feet and yards? There is. So it's a two-stepper. I'm going to use 2 steps to do this problem. So on my conversion sheet it says that there are 30.48 centimeters, and that's equal to 1 foot. And also it tells me that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. So I'm going to do 2 steps. This is not as bad as you think it is. So I'm going to do 32.4 centimeters. Set up the first conversion factor. So I need to get rid of the centimeters. So I'm going to look at this information first. So centimeters needs to go on the bottom. Feet need to go on the top. There are 30.48 centimeters and 1 foot. That's my first step. Now I'm going to do my second step to get rid of the feet. So again, my feet are on the top here. I'm going to put it at the bottom. So feet at the bottom so I can cancel it out. And yards, at the top because I'm trying to get to yards. I've already gone to centimeters to feet. So there are 3 feet and 1 yard. And now my feet cancel. So take my calculator out. Numbers on the top you multiply, numbers on the bottom you divide. So 32.4 divided by 30.48. I don't need to multiply by 1, that's why I skipped that. Divided by 3. Okay, 0.34. So here I get 0.343075 in my calculator, yards. My answer, or my measurement, started with 4 significant figures, so I want my answer to have 4. So it's going to be 343. 0 is the 4th significant figure, so I'm going to round that to 1 yards. All right, so let's do another example. Let's do 50 millimeters to kilometers. So this is in between the metric system, and what I always find best is to convert to first to the base unit. So I'm going to go from millimeters to the base unit, which is meters. Then I'm going to go to kilometers. So it's the easiest thing to do because I don't know the conversion factor between millimeters and kilometers. You're going to have to do some steps here. So let's do 50 millimeters. I'm going to follow my map here. Go to meters. Meters is on the top. Millimeters has to be on the bottom then. I know that there are 0.001 meters and 1 millimeter. So 1. Okay, so that's my first step. Now I'm going to go to the second step. I want to go to kilometers. The unit that I want goes on the top. I'm following my map here. And then put my meters on the bottom. So I know between meters and kilometers there are 1,000 meters and 1 kilometer. So that goes away. So I take out my calculator. I say 50 times 0.001 divided by 1,000. And that gives me 0.000005 kilometers. Okay, so let's look at one more problem. Okay, so convert 4.5 times 10 to the negative 5th years to minutes. So this is just something from your knowledge. You don't have a conversion sheet for this. So I don't know the conversion factor between years and minutes, so I'm going to have to do more steps. So I'm starting with years. The next unit down that I know would be days, because there are 365 days in 1 year, I believe. Then the next unit down from that would be hours. I know that there are 24 hours in 1 day. Okay, so now I'm in hours. I can go to minutes because I know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So it's a 3-stepper. So don't freak out. Same process as always. So 4.5 times 10 to the negative 5th years. That's what I'm starting with. I'm going to follow my map. So the next unit I want to go to is days. Okay. Years needs to go on the bottom so I can cancel it out. So there are 365 days and 1 year. Years cancel. Okay, so now days are on the top. So I need to put days on the bottom so I can cancel that out. And I'm going to hours next, so hours will go on the top. So there are 24 hours and 1 day. And now I'm in hours. I want to go to minutes, so minutes will go on the top. Hours needs to go on the bottom so I can cancel it out. There are 60 minutes and 1 hour. Cancel that out. Now I can do the math. Okay, so 4.5 EE negative 5 times 365 times 24 times 60. And I should get 23.652 minutes. That's the unit that I'm left with. Okay, so now let me just check my sig figs. I've got 2 here. I need to have 2 here, so it's going to be 24 minutes. All right, so when you're doing these multi-step problems, the best thing I can suggest is that you do this map here, because this tells you right off the bat what needs to go on the top of your conversion factor. Okay, so we will try to do some more complicated problems next time, and I will see you in class.